Okay, I'm getting ready to hike up and do a few days solo backpacking. I'm hiking in from Cave Creek, planning to get over to Animas Creek. I'm gonna go up around Apache Peak today, down into the Animas Creek Valley. Hopefully gonna make it up to Massacre Canyon, which is a place I've wanted to go for a long time. Not been all the way over there yet, but I have been to the top of this first climb, and it's a steep one, so I'm just gonna put my head down and start working on it. And there's the cave of Cave Creek Canyon. Just getting started. Made it to the top of the saddle between Cave Creek and Animas Creek. Not very long, but it's a steep one. It's pretty warm today. Right behind me is barely see it. We'll see it again in a minute. This is Apache Peak sticking up behind me. And then turning back this way, you can see down into Cave Creek Canyon. There used to be a trail heading up the ridge to the west, but after the silver and black fires, I think it's pretty much obliterated, at least where it dropped into Curtis Canyon and down into Animas. So if you're coming this way, I'd suggest sticking to Cave Creek Trail. You can see Apache Peak coming into view. It's right off the crest. San Mateo Mountains off in the distance. It's a lot further down to Animas Creek than it was from Cave Creek, so have that climb to look forward to in a couple of days. Beautiful out here, beautiful. No sign of anybody. Apache Peak, Animas Creek Canyon way down there. That's where we're going. Then off to the San Mateos this direction, down into the Rio Grande Valley. Never been down this side. This is beautiful. See how much more grass there is. There's cows on the other side, and I just went through a gate at the top of the pass, so looking forward to seeing what's down here. This is a really beautiful gorge we've been following down along this trail. Right along the flanks of Apache Peak. So, not a bad trail, a few washed out spots, but it's not too bad. I believe that's the bottom. It's Animas Creek down there. So this little stretch has had a bunch of switchbacks, and it's really side-hilled, and it kind of switchbacks down around a couple of gullies that were really washed out. A couple sketchy spots, but we're getting there. It's a little slower at this lower end of it, but can almost see the river from here, Animas Creek. Almost to the creek, and man, it just really changes down here. Definitely feels like we're getting into the high desert, because it's pretty warm today for October 1st, I believe it is. But wow, the views. This is gonna be fun. Should have said this is fun. It's been awesome so far. The anticipation to get to the bottom, though. Can't wait to see the creek. Wow. Really cool how this trail has just gone down this ridge, right on the spine. A neat trail. Right, down into the bottoms. Trying to find a spot with a few trees that didn't burn and have some lunch. It's kind of late, but I need some energy. Beautiful day though. Happy to be out here in the Aldo Leopold wilderness. Canyon narrows here, and just came upon a little cave. Maybe it's been excavated. I don't know. Mine or cave. Very pretty spot though. Creek's flowing nicely. Keep on moving upstream. Fish. I don't know what these are. It's hard to tell. I know there used to be trout up in here, but I thought it was a little further upstream. There's a lot of fish in here. Very cool. It's a real nice swimming hole. Cool up, down, wash off. There's a little fish in there. We got a really nice camp here. Found this spot a little early. I thought about going further, but this was such a nice spot. Trees and shade and a nice swimming hole below and lots of water. So I thought I'd just stay here. I'm kind of at the junction of the trail with Hell's Canyon. Just a beautiful spot. And so far it's been gorgeous afternoon. Tomorrow I'm going to hike up, try to hit Massacre Canyon, explore a little bit up that way. We'll see what we can see. Gonna make some dinner here pretty soon and chill out for the evening. All right, a little dinner, some chicken fried rice, and then it's a little too dry for a fire, a little breezy too, so, but the sunset's gonna be beautiful, so gonna call it an early night too, and tomorrow we're gonna hike up to Massacre Canyon. Good morning. It's a gorgeous morning on Animas Creek in the Aldo Leopold wilderness. Pretty chilly this morning, but got my coffee going and gonna get some breakfast soon. Be nice to have a little sunshine with breakfast, but I'm not sure when the sun's gonna hit this camp. But it's already up canyon where we're headed for Massacre Canyon today. It's gonna be an awesome day. I've been looking forward to this for a really long time. In a beautiful little remnant portion of the canyon that didn't burn during the last couple of fires. Huge ponderosas. And this giant boulder is pretty cool too. There is somewhat of a trail. I keep losing it, but happy when it's there. Makes the miles go quicker. Wow, this is beautiful. Aldo Leopold wilderness doesn't disappoint. Okay, so the plan is to head up to Massacre Canyon. I feel like we're not too far away. Massacre Canyon is a spot that got the name when in 1879 Victorio and his warriors were on the warpath for good reason, and he and his men raided a few places like the Ojo Caliente reservation office that was up near Monticello Box, and then they raided near Hillsboro, and then they sort of drew the cavalry up into Animas Creek here. They say it was a big group of Victorio's men. There were only about 120 of them, and 2 regiments of 9th Cavalry soldiers, the Buffalo soldiers with their white captains. So they came up here and Victorio led them into a trap. There's a canyon up here. We're going to check it out. Many of the graves are still there of the soldiers, and in 1996 they came up and placed some markers. So I've just wanted to see that spot. The history is really interesting to me, and it's really tough to get up here, so not many people visit. All right. These big grassy meadows are just beautiful. This place is vast. And these tall grasses, it sort of reminds me of Yellowstone. Some of the places I've got back there. Really pretty. Way fewer people here. Old corral. I think there might have been a homestead at one point here. There's on the map, on the Onyx map, it shows a spring nearby. And it even looks like there might have been a cabin, but it's all burned since then. But it's coming back nicely. Beautiful. First trail blaze I've seen on this whole hike. And there have been some cairns through these meadows too. Very welcome. Oh wow. Okay. Hadn't looked at my map for a bit. But there's the flagpole. So this is the meadow where there's the graves. And then I think there's one more canyon over that is actually Massacre Canyon. Could be this one. I'll have to look at the map. But this is where the cavalry had their horses and hospital wagon and a bunch of other equipment here. And when they retreated, Victorio took it all. What a beautiful place. And here are the graves of some of the soldiers. There's maybe one over here. These are pretty obvious. Over here. These may be more graves. This is, they definitely seem out of place here. Heading up just beyond the meadow to the actual canyon. I don't know if I'll go up in it, but I'd like to take a look up there. This is looking up the mouth of Massacre Canyon. I believe it was off to the left up in the steep part where the Apache were waiting. Pretty thick through there, and there's no actual trail. I've heard there's been a little work on this trail, so I'm going to check it out. I just want to see more of this wilderness area. Definitely will be coming back. I'm already planning loops in my head, so beautiful place. Headed up above, upstream from Massacre Canyon, and you know, if you remember earlier, I said there was a trail from the top of the Cave Creek Ridge, and then it came down that side canyon to Animas Creek. Well, it used to come down this drainage. This is Curtis Creek or Curtis Canyon, and there's some spectacular waterfalls I hear up there. Don't know if I may save that for another trip, because I'd like to go up to maybe the Murphy place, see what's up there. But just beautiful country. Can explore forever up here. All right, I'm headed back down towards Massacre Canyon. I thought about going further, but been on the trail quite a long time, 3 or 4 hours. So I'm gonna head back. My goal was to get to Massacre Canyon, and I did. Then up here is beautiful. I want to go further, but it's gonna take another trip. Lost the trail a few times, found it again, but coming back I found it, and so much easier when you stay on the trail. All right, on my way. Back to the memorial site here for the Battle of Animas Creek. Still planning to head on back to camp soon, but I'm going to find a nice swimming hole on the way back. It's really warm out today. So I stopped back at the graves again at the memorial site, and I was moved. I mean, honestly, these soldiers were probably in their teens and 20s, and I thought, looking up that canyon from where the hospital wagon and all the supply wagons were sitting, looking up into that canyon, it's like, why would you go there? That is insane. It's an obvious trap. I mean, it looks dangerous as could be, and but then, you know, these were buffalo soldiers. There were 350 men, mostly buffalo soldiers, 25 Navajo scouts, led by white captains, and they were probably in their 20s too, looking for glory. So they probably sent them in anyway, knowing that it was a trap, or at least they should have. Anyway, so just a thought. I'm so glad I came up here. Another thought from the trail. Just thinking about this place being, I mean, it's obviously been burned over and massive fires, massive floods. We're in a 1,200-year drought right now, but there's still glimpses of just paradise. This place is incredible. And this was the homeland of the Chihine, the Apaches. And I do not blame Victorio one bit for fighting as hard as he could, doing anything he could to save this place, to keep it for his people. But yeah, what a sad time in our history. But here we are. I just found a little camp. It's my leftover coffee pot. Little cowboy camp. Might enjoy the shade here. There's a nice swimming hole too, so I'm gonna hang out. Woo-hoo. Made it back to beautiful Hell's Canyon camp. It's been a warm one, so I'm gonna just relax in the shade for a while. All right, I'm gonna have some of this chicken pesto pasta. Peak something. So much better than that mountain house I had last night. Carb load for the big hike out tomorrow. It's a big climb, and I also want to finish this whiskey so that I don't have to carry it out. Might be howling with the Lobos later tonight. I hope to hear some. All right, I'm going to call it a night. Okay, I'm heading out of camp. It's about 8:15. Sun just hit camp. Getting kind of an early start. It's going to be a big climb on a warm day, so wanted to hit the trail. It is a gorgeous morning. Here we go. I really find it hard to believe that I have all this to myself. I haven't seen anyone since one car on the highway after I left home in Hillsboro to the trailhead, which is only about maybe 15 miles. Not a soul. Beautiful. And now the climb up this ridge for a while. Cool, an old staircase from back when they used to maintain this trail. Trail goes on up here. A few little sketchy spots so far. Some side hill stuff that's just, the tread's about gone. But we're making progress. All right, I just came over the saddle, dropping down into Cave Creek Canyon. It's like a different world over here. definitely drier. Kind of see the cave down there. Yeah, no water in Cave Creek. Not usually. Not often anyway. So make sure you bring plenty of water. I left a bunch in the truck at the trailhead, so I'll be all right. But what a gorgeous hike. Gorgeous day so far. Almost. Got maybe a mile back down to the trailhead, mile and a half. Hey, there's the trooper. Save for sore eyes. Another awesome adventure. That was fantastic. Much needed. Couple of days in the wilderness. Yeah, I'm not going to complain because I love the solitude, but it's surprising to me that more people don't go back there. I mean, it's got everything. Scenery, physical challenge, history. I mean, that's an amazing spot. So, gonna hit the road. It's a long four-wheel drive road out of here. Make sure you have that. And yeah, head back home. Thanks for joining me.